Our environment. All the things present around us together constitute our environment. It comprises both living and non-living things. The non-living part of the environment includes three main parts: the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, and the lithosphere. The atmosphere refers to the thick layer of air that surrounds the Earth. All the oceans and other water bodies on the Earth make up the hydrosphere. The lithosphere consists of the rock and soil on the surface of the Earth. Plants, animals, and human beings depend upon each other as well as on the non-living parts of the environment to survive. The biosphere is the part of environment where living things can survive. Lithosphere. The Earth is made up of three distinct layers, namely the core at the center, the mantle, and the crust. The core is made up mostly of iron. The mantle, which lies between the core and the crust, consists of molten rock called magma. The crust is the thin, hard outer layer that floats on the magma or the mantle. It is the upper part of the mantle and the crust that make up the lithosphere. Thus, the lithosphere is the outermost solid layer of the Earth. It consists of the landmass of the continents and the floor of the oceans. It has a layer of soil that is suitable for growing crops. Natural resources such as oil, gas, and minerals are also found here. Hydrosphere. Hydro means water, and the hydrosphere includes all the water on the Earth's surface. The oceans, streams, lakes, and groundwater, as well as the frozen water in glaciers, on mountains, and in the Arctic and Antarctic ice sheets. About 97% of the total water present on the Earth is in the seas and oceans, which is salty. The remaining 3% is fresh water, of which around 75% is frozen in glaciers and ice caps. Water on the Earth is always moving. It moves into the atmosphere and then returns to the Earth as rain. This movement is called the water cycle. The water cycle constantly refuels the water supplies on the Earth. Let's see how water circulates in nature. The heat from the sun warms the water in seas, rivers, and lakes. The water changes into water vapor. Since water vapor is lighter, it rises up in the sky. Evaporation is the process in which the sun heats up water in oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds and turns it into vapor or steam. The water vapor in the air cools down and changes back into drops of water, forming clouds. This is called condensation. More tiny drops of water join to form larger clouds. When clouds become heavy and cannot hold any more water, water falls on the ground as rain. This is called precipitation. The rainwater flows back into oceans, seas, rivers, ponds, and lakes. The sun again heats up this water and it goes up again to form clouds. Thus, the water cycle goes on and on. Atmosphere. The layer of air that surrounds the Earth is called atmosphere. The air is a mixture of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. Living things breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Plants need carbon dioxide to carry on the process of photosynthesis to get their food. Oxygen is given off as a byproduct. Green plants thus absorb the carbon dioxide that is breathed out by most living things and convert it into food and oxygen. Water vapor present in the atmosphere controls the temperature of a place and also causes rainfall. The atmosphere also acts as a filter to block harmful rays from the sun. The radiation from the sun contains very intense ultraviolet rays. Such strong rays are harmful for most organisms on the Earth. The atmosphere has a layer called the ozone layer, which blocks a large portion of these rays and bounces them back into space, thereby protecting life on the Earth. Biosphere. Biosphere is the area where the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere overlap to provide an environment that supports life. All the living beings live in the biosphere. Life forms exist on the surface of the Earth's crust in the few kilometers of the lower atmosphere and even deep in the oceans. Interaction between living things with one another and with the environment of the place is called ecosystem. Ecosystems exist on many kinds of lands, in streams and in oceans. An ecosystem can be as small as a puddle and as big as a forest. It generally contains many kinds of life. A wheat field, for example, contains more than just wheat. It also includes smaller plant species, insects, earthworms, and many tiny organisms in the soil.